think you're doing?
Standing in this brush, asshole. I'm gonna knife this snake.
She's being really annoying, and she's still my favorite character in this game.
Ah. Sick. I wish I had to snipe the sleeping sniper rifle. That thing was awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that. What a dumb thing that was, though.
So good.
I stand by my earlier statement. I really feel like Otacon is necessary for a game to feel like Metal Gear.
Really?
I do. Like, he's like, introduced, like, really early in 1. So, like, I understand why he doesn't exist in this game. But, like, I think prequels suck. I think, categorically, prequels are, like, destined for failure.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it? I went to a Nerdist podcast episode once with Damon Lindelof. And this was, like, not that long after Lost Renegade. So
Right.
There was a lot of questions about, like, are you sad that you ruined television? But he talked about prequels because they were talking about the Alien prequel, which eventually came out and was terrible. As
It wasn't
predicted.
good, yeah. Did you see the sequel to the prequel? It also was not great.
I did not, but I
It was better than Prometheus, but, like, only a little bit. It was basically Prometheus.
So what he said, and I don't know why he didn't take his own advice, was basically, like, prequels are terrible because the stakes are are low.
The stakes are inherently low because you know that, like, no mortal harm will happen to any character you already know.
Right.
And, like, there's also, like, an inherent limit to how much of, like, a massive change that could happen to the world is, right?
Right.
Like, in like, you know, this is, like, a shitty example because of the way video games work anyway, but, like, you know, Metal Gear 1964, you know that, like, nuclear war isn't going to destroy the world.
Right.
But, like, this, like, I've been thinking a lot about this because of all the hubbub about the Han Solo prequel.
Right.
That's in the works right now.
Right, because the directors got
Because
fired.
the directors got cut, and now Ron Howard is coming in, which feels weird.
It's super safe, is what it is. It's just like, oh, let's just, like, get a really famous director, and then if it fucks up, it's not our fault, because we tried.
I guess.
Look, there's a guy.
Wait, shoot him. Shoot him one time. Make him wobble wobble. There we go.
What are you doing, lady? Come on. How many fucking times do I have to tell you? Come
Repeat it.
on.
Oh, actually, that's my bad. I think every time you aim your gun, she stops no matter where she is.
Oh, really?
That's the impression I've gotten so far. That may not be correct. But yeah, like, I don't know. I was talking about this with someone at work, and, like, they were sort of like, you know, before with, like, those other directors on it, the Lego Movie ones, they were sort of optimistic about it because they're, you know, they've handled some weird source material before. But, like, I don't know, another director doing it, I'm like, man, I have never had, like, any optimism for this movie. It sounded like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that they're cutting the directors after this much work is not a great sign.
I mean, it's a sign that they didn't know what they were doing at first, and that all of the shoots have been, like, all the footage that they got was based on this idea.
Right.
An idea that the rest of the studio clearly
does
did not support, which means that they're going to have to now mangle
Can I have seconds?
what they have into something better, or
Like, reshoot everything.
reshoot everything,
Which
which
would
is what
be-
happened to Rogue One.
Right. And to be honest, I still have not seen Rogue One, because similarly, like, the prequel, I don't care. I just don't care. Like, what would you say is, like story-wise, the best prequel you can think of?
Who's that?
Because, like, I can't think of a single example that's, like, you know what is, like, a really great example of a prequel?
Shot him right in the eye. What?
Well,
No, you
that's,
can't think
what I'm
of
saying is I can't. I can't think of, like, a single one off the top of my head that's, like, you know, like, generally I think this is bad, but this one, like, I can't think of it. I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure. Rogue One was fun. And I think that's partially due to where is she?
I think she's over here now. I could be wrong. Where is she? Where is she? God.
She's probably still here, right? Yeah, there she
I
is.
thought she followed you further.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
She's so, like, phoned out of this. She's just, like, not interested in shit.
She's so terrible. Why? Because I'm a crocodile?
Would you say that she's really intolerant?
Yes. Oh, I should kill these guys so they don't wake up.
I'm sorry, good and intolerant, right?
Right.
Good.
Right.
Sometimes autocorrect is amazing. Guys.
Sometimes
What do you
autocorrect
think you're
is
doing?
killing this man. What do you think you're doing? Come on.
But yeah, I mean, I guess where I was going with that is like,
No, there are like no good. I'm sure someone in the comments.
yeah,
will tell
I'm
us
sure. Like, I feel like there must be at least one really good example. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying that the majority of them are not good, and that, like, categorically prequels are bad. But there probably is at least one or two that are good examples that I'm either not aware of or not thinking of. But like, my point sort of started from like I get why Otacon isn't in this game, but to me, like, he's like one of the two through-line characters, right? Like, you can change so much else about this game and it still seems like Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But like, to me, he's really important. And like, that's not to say like I think he's a great character or anything. It's just like he's part of the voice of what Metal Gear is to me.
Yeah, I get that. Did you like my sweet tactical espionage action though, where I snuck up there and killed all the guys that were waiting to ambush me?
I like that you snuck past the guards.
I did do that. Great success.
It is an alternative to tactical espionage.
I think it's my hat. I think that's why she keeps saying.
Oh, you might be right.
She just doesn't like my hat. I don't know why. It's a great hat.
It's a really good hat.
It's like the best hat.
I'm really glad that Arcadius made us get this hat.
Yeah. What would we do without him?
That's a really good question.
And not this channel.
Yeah.
It's all for you, Alcadius.
I didn't realize that you and the professor had a friend who, like, also grew up in Hawaii and has, like, a really similar seeming circumstance to what I understand, like, Arcadius' life.
Really?
Yeah,
I did
like,
not know
largely.
that.
She
Yeah.
was talking about it at your, like, going away party thing.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her.
She seems really cool.
I'm sad that we did not become better friends with her sooner. She's like the sweetest girl.
You sort of know her through her boyfriend, fiance?
Yeah, yeah. I met her through Luke,
Yeah.
who she's been dating for a long time, but hasn't lived
Come
here
on,
that long.
Snake.
And I met Luke through Scoops because they're neighbors.
Yes, that I gathered.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're gonna have a nice
We made it.
moment.
And now her organs just all fall out.
Over there.
Make that really unpleasant fart sound, too.
Oh, I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go in this giant lake with this humongous plane
Yeah,
inside.
like,
The boss, isn't it?
have I ever told you about that, like,
I'll
one
get the
especially
wig
dumb
taken.
thing from Lidsville?
No?
There's, like, an episode where they, like,
Right.
go out in search of, like, I don't know,
I'll
like
leave
a
you two
magic
alone.
carpet or some fucking garbage.
Come back and
They're always, like,
watch
looking
this
for a
again.
way to, like, fly up and out of Lidsville.
Mm-hmm.
Because somehow they're convinced that that'll work. I think because he, like, fell into the world, so he assumes that going up will be a way
Promise
out.
me.
Wow, something is happening with that water line.
Great.
And so they, like, wander off on some adventure in search of something, and then, like, meanwhile, the villain, like, makes this giant version of himself and, like, stomps on the town where everyone lives and terrorizes everyone. And then at one point, they, like, take out, like, a telescope, and they're just, like, sort of searching the horizon. He's like, hey, I can almost see the town from here. So, like, oh, like, I can almost make out the town.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, a pause, like a moderately long pause, and he says,
Life's
hey,
end.
wait, what's that? And there's, like a 60-foot tall dude stomping on the town. I'm like, if you could barely make out the town, I think the first thing I'm gonna notice is the 60-foot tall dude stepping on it.
Yeah.
Light is
It's
but a
weird.
farewell
She, like,
gift from
shot a
darkness
nuke
to
somewhere, but we
those
don't know
unable to
where.
die.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time.
To bone.
I've been
Waiting
waiting
for your birth.
for a snake like you.
And the
You're a
finality.
pretty shit spy.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Make
Nani?
the world one again.
What?
The world used to be whole.
No, it didn't.
But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart.
Who knows?
I might venture a guess that the two world wars would have been the catalyst for the world fracturing.
The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous,
Metaphors.
isn't it?
Metaphors!
Cats living with dogs.
Yesterday's allies
Mass
become
hysteria.
today's opposition, and this Cold War,
Merca.
Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and
Before
Russia
you
were
killed all
fighting
my
together.
friends.
It's a good drinking game, by the way.
Consider
Drink
whether
every time I say
America and
America.
Russia will still be enemies in the
Or Metal
21st
Gear.
century.
Metal Gear?
Metal Gear!
Somehow I doubt it.
The problem with using Metal Gear as the trigger for a drinking game is you always double down.
It's true.
And we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle.
What?
But that's pretty much what we're
A
doing,
soldier's
so,
skills
I mean, I
aren't meant to be
guess.
used to hurt friends.
Then why are you doing this? Why? You still haven't
So
explained.
then what is an enemy?
Your mom.
Is there such a thing
What's
as an
a paladin?
absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been.
Except Hitler.
And the reason is that
Hitler
our
is
enemies
definitely
are
an
human
enemy.
beings like us.
Nobody likes that guy.
It's
They
true.
can only be our enemies in
Man,
way.
on Facebook I saw this really funny. I think Panda actually
The
like
world
reposted
must
it
be
or
made
whatever.
whole
Uh-huh.
again.
But like someone had
The
this bizarre
philosophers
idea
must
of
be
like,
reunited.
I think it started with someone being like,
I will
God, I wish I
devote
could just
my
go back in
skills to
time and
that
kill
cause.
Adam Sandler so all these bad Adam Sandler movies
And
didn't
with the
exist.
Colonel's money,
And then
I
someone
will
like basically proposed this thing where like,
Just
that's
as I
actually
once
happened before.
created the
It's all a part of a
Cobras.
time loop. People keep going back trying
They
to
are
stop
my
this,
family.
only to discover that something that Adam Sandler has done is
I may
pivotal
no
to the
longer be
universe.
able to
And so they have to keep trying to recreate
But
the
I
terrible
still
shit he
have
does
a family.
to keep the universe from imploding. And then people keep going back in time and killing that person over and over.
That's awesome. By the way, you missed an important
It
line.
was
She's just
November
talking about how
1st,
she's not able to bear children.
1951.
Oh god.
I
Is
was
she
in the
Black
Nevada
Widow?
desert,
Ugh.
participating in atomic testing.
Do you remember that in was it first Avengers or the second Avengers?
No.
The name Nevada
There's this
is
thing that like
derived
people
from
like
Spanish,
really
covered
hated
in
on the
snow,
internet
white as
of
snow.
like, you know, basically like Hulk runs away and he's like, oh, like I'm a
And
monster, I
snow
can't be
is
around
exactly
people, I need
what
to like
saw
isolate
in
myself.
that Nevada
And
desert.
like she's got like the hots for
It
him
froze
basically,
my
and she's like,
blood
no, you don't understand. I'm a monster too. I can't have children.
Snake.
Ugh.
And it's like
We're
the
on a
worst.
daily test
It's
of
so bad.
On Bikini Atoll.
That's not how you pronounce atoll.
That's part of the
No, but
reason
that's
I
where
was
SpongeBob
drafted.
lives.
You and I are alike.
You and I are nothing alike.
We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others.
I don't think you're using the word karma correctly.
We'll
any
never
of that
have the
means.
chance to die peacefully of old age.
We could if we'd stop instigating
We
nuclear
have no
war.
Yeah, if we didn't fight right now and we just went home, like
But
all
we
this would be
can
fine.
still-
She literally has yet to try and answer the question that was
In
posed to her of simply like,
1960,
why are you doing
I
this?
saw a vision of the ideal future from space.
So first we went to 1951. Now we're talking about
3
Sputnik.
years
Right,
earlier,
obviously.
The Soviet Union had succeeded in launching
It's
Sputnik,
going great.
the first man-made
Remember when you asked me
satellite
whether or
in
not it would
history
be
into
likely they would
orbit.
finish the game today?
Mm-hmm.
This
And I
came
said,
as a huge shock to the
But
United
it's
States.
not likely, but it is
In
also likely.
response, America
And
threw
our biggest
everything
barrier
it
to
had
entry
into
would
its
be
own manned
cutscenes?
spaceflight
Yeah.
project,
I
the
hope you're
Mercury
enjoying the
program.
slideshow.
That's the thing, though, isn't
Even
it?
as
Like,
the
this
Soviets
literally
were forced
is
to send
like
their
Metal
first
Gear
man into
slideshow.
space,
It is exactly like
America was
in
still
almost every way,
experimenting
like the
with
weird
chimpanzees and
historical
rockets.
context that doesn't actually have anything to do with what's going on.
The
Mhm.
government
The like
wanted
weird
human
divorce
data.
from the visual style of the game. Like, it is
So they
literally
shifted
the
science
slideshows
to
from
send
Eternal
human
Sonata.
beings
Yep.
into space.
Just with like less ridiculous music and actual voiceover.
I was the
Um,
one they chose.
The crazy
At the time,
next
they
one,
didn't have
Metal
the
Gear Solid
technology to block out
4,
cosmic rays.
it's
And
actually
whoever
pretty
they
fun,
sent up would
and there's a lot of good
inevitably be
like
exposed
tactical
to heavy
espionage action
radiation.
that happens.
That's why they
But I
chose
think
me.
it was like
After all, I'd already
when it
been
first
a
came out,
Renegade
everyone
once.
was freaking out
Of
because
course
there
you
was
won't
like
find any
literally
of
like
this
a
in the history
60-minute
books.
cutscene.
I remember
I
something
could see
about
the
that.
planet as it appeared
Which
from
is,
space.
I mean, considering how upset we were about like a solid 12-minute
Space
cutscene in Eternal
exploration
Sonata,
is
like,
nothing
yeah,
but
that's
another
some
game
fucking
in the
serious
power
shit.
struggle
Yeah.
between the U.S. and the USSR. Politics,
I have heard really good things
economics,
about
the
Phantom
arms
Pain.
race. They're all just.
Do you think you would
arenas
ever
for
play it? I
meaningless
know your
competition.
reservations are largely because of changing the voice actor, and I
I'm
think that's
sure you
legit
can say
because,
that.
again, that's
But
part of
David
like the
himself
tone and the
has
voice
been
of the
Yes.
world.
David
Especially
Hayter,
David Hayter.
David
Like,
Hayter is
he
Snake.
basically is Metal Gear.
And the irony of it is,
I don't know.
the
Maybe.
United States and the Soviet
I know that it's
Union
very
are
well loved.
spending
I know
billions
that,
on their
what's his
space
face, Donkey
program
was a
and
big
the
fan.
missile race,
He was
only
constantly
to
posting
arrive at the
videos.
same conclusion.
And I appreciate his opinion.
In the 21st century,
We'll see.
everyone will
I
be
kind
able
of
to
like after
see
playing
we
this
are
one, I'm
all
like
just
kind of compelled to play
inhabitants
4.
of a little
Yeah.
celestial body
Because it
called
was
Earth.
fun.
4 is the first one on the PS4, or is that still on the PS3?
No.
A world
it's
without
on the
communism or
PS3.
capitalism.
Oh, no, it's the
That is
only
the world
actual
I
one
wanted to
for
see.
the PS3.
Yeah,
That's
this
right.
was for PS2.
Yeah.
But reality
Forgot that.
continued to
For some
betray
reason, I
me.
thought the third one made it onto PS3, but that
I wonder if it was released
In
on PS4.
1961, I was sent to
don't
Cuba.
know. Metal Gear
to
has
Bahia de
some
Cochinos.
weird, like,
Yeah.
remastered habits.
It was part of a CIA-sponsored
Where, like, the
invasion
remastered collection for
under
the
the
PS3,
guise
like,
of
didn't
taking
have Metal
Cuban
Gear Solid
exiles
on it.
back to their
Mhm.
country.
Just like, why?
You
But
know,
the U.S.
I'm
government
really,
betrayed
I'm
them. Our weak-kneed president
kinda
held
bummed
back their air
that
support.
Zone of the Enders never
Defenseless,
took
the
off.
exiles were
Because
annihilated
the second
by
one
the
was
Cuban
so
army.
good
All I
I
could
really
do
wish
was watch in silence.
that they would have continued the series.
Yeah.
It's just like when you put a
I
penis
was
on a
set
mech,
up
you're
by
just
the
not
very
going to find a
country
lot of
I'd
fans.
sacrificed so much for.
I mean, I don't
A,
mind.
I don't
By
think
the
that's
very
true.
government I dedicated my
I mean,
life to defend.
B, it's called a cockpit.
Okay, sorry.
I was driven
It's
from the
literally
surface
spelled
world,
all capital
and I
letters,
went
cock, then
underground.
pit.
Then, 2
Incidentally,
years
my
ago,
favorite New
I
Smash Bros.
faced
character,
Sorrow,
Cockpit.
my old comrade, and
The
died.
fight is on!
Regular pit,
He
dark
was my
pit, and
friend.
cockpit.
Yeah. All of Cockpit's taunts are just
But
like
one of
wanking
us had
judges.
to die.
His wings are just floppy
I
penises.
was left
God.
with no choice.
No, all of the feathers are.
Oh
Sorrow
god.
gave his life for me.
Oh no, it's the sorrow.
Oh yeah, I
There
guess
is
we'll tie
no
up that
enmity
plot thread no one
between us.
ever cared about.
One
Yeah,
must live,
so there's
and one must die.
they're like explaining so many
That
backstories right
was
now,
the
and I just
mission.
cannot be bothered to care.
Well, the plot, like,
the ones who gave me that mission.
I mean,
were
I'm
the
sure you've heard the
philosophers.
phrase before, but are you familiar with the meaning of show don't tell?
Yes,
Early in the 20th
absolutely.
century,
Where, like,
the true holders
where
of
the
power
opposite
in
of what they're
United
The
doing.
opposite of what they're doing. And Metal Gear's always had a problem with this, to be clear.
Right.
Like, for whatever reason, I find this game to be much more egregious than the others that I'm familiar with in that regard. But, like, they're all pretty bad about it.
I think that's primarily because there's so little actual game in this game,
Yes, no, there is very little game in this game.
which is I think your issue. Like
MGS2
MGS2 was great because you know, you had this set area, so you could learn paths to take.
Right.
And
You know,
could
like,
learn
to me, like, I'm not a huge fan of stealth games by any means, and I'm not an expert, but to me, that's exactly the sort of thing that makes them interesting.
Right.
Is, like, learning those paths. Like, as much as I struggled with Hitman, it's, like, kind of a stealth game, and that was the fun of it, is when you could, like, memorize this pattern of, like, if I just do this and do this at just the right time and
Yeah.
set this up in just the right way, then, like, I'm fucking untouchable. I'm
Yeah.
awesome.
Like
That's the coolest part to me about stealth.
And one of my biggest complaints about this game is that they talk so much about CQC and all that bullshit.
This game has no CQC. Fuck this
And
game.
then it like doesn't the controls are not properly designed for you to
No,
sneak up
nope,
behind dudes and
not at all.
dispatch them
Not
in
at
a
all.
cool way, which is a really fun thing to do in stealth games.
Yes.
And it's just not possible in this game.
Yeah.
Like if you get close enough to a dude, unless you're like crawling on the ground, he'll see you
Yeah.
every time. It's completely impossible, even on easy,
Yeah.
to sneak up on dudes.
No,
And
absolutely.
if that's the case, like why play the game? You know what I mean? Why is it like, oh,
No,
this is espionage
well, again,
action?
I mean, that touches on something I've been complaining about too, which is that it feels like this game really gears you towards, like, shooting people. And, like, I feel like that's the case partially because of how easy it seems to be to get detected in this game, even on lower difficulty. And, like, that's really frustrating because, like, again, that makes it so it's not tactical espionage action.
In June of 19
And, like, that's, again, fine if you're going to make a spin-off game, but if you're literally going to be like, no, this is, like, core Metal Gear, this is tactical espionage action, you can't just, like, change what the game is.
Enemy V2 rocket installations.
There's probably as much motorcycle as there is, like, stealth in this game.
The sorrow
By the
was
way,
the father.
she just mentioned
I
that she
gave
was
birth
at
on the
D-Day
field
and
of
pregnant.
battle.
Yeah,
A
obviously.
beautiful baby boy.
What?
But my child was snatched away from me
What?
by the philosophers.
Is the implication that we're her baby?
I have no idea. I don't... That feels dumb, but that makes it more likely to be true.
I do not remember that being part
Look
of the
at the
plot.
scar.
Ugh.
This is proof that
That's
I
a
was
weird
once
thing
a
to do.
mother.
Is it? I feel like whoever
I
did
gave
your
up my
C-section
body and
fucked
my
up!
Yeah. Really badly.
There is nothing left inside.
That's like a
me.
double Z section.
Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret.
Also no organs.
And yet sometimes
I'd love it if
at
this
night,
would show
I
pan
can
music.
still feel the pain creeping up inside.
Then she just goes like, would you call these
slithering through my
heaven
body.
mirrors or death lights? And then she jumps off a cliff. What's going on?
I've never talked this much about myself before.
I've never
Could've
listened to
fooled me.
anyone talk this much before ever.
Yeah, right? I've like literally learned people's entire life stories with less conversation
So,
than this.
Are they really not going to explain why she has a scar up her entire body for...
It proves she was a
delivering
mother,
the baby?
Tech!
Commence the operation.
What operation? Who are you working for? Why are you doing
Who
this?
does number 2 work for?
I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques.
I'm pretty sure she's
endowed you
mostly
with your
taken
own-
away weapons.
Yeah, and
There
dismantled
is
them.
Yes.
nothing more for me to give you.
Okay.
All that's left for you to take is my life,
Why?
by your own hand.
Closer.
Yeah, like, what fucking good is that
One must
supposed to
die.
do?
Zip your
And
fucking
one must
dress
live.
up, lady. What are you doing?
No victory, no
It's like, I
defeat.
saw Eva doing
The
this. Is this the
survivor
fashion
will
now?
fight. It is our destiny.
Why?
The one who survives will
What's the
inherit
name
the
for-
title of boss.
For, like,
and
interior
the one
side
who
boob.
inherits the title of boss will face an existence
Cleavage?
of endless
But
battle.
it's not cleavage.
I mean,
right?
it's not quite
'Cause,
cleavage, but I think
like, there's-
cleavage is still the term for that.
I mean, I know that the chest bone area is called the
In
decolletage,
10 minutes, Migs
but
will
I
come
feel
and
like-
burn
Sounds
the hell
fancy.
out
I
of
feel
your
like
face.
interior side boob
If
should
you
have a
can beat
name.
me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time.
Okay.
Let's make this the greatest 10
Is
minutes
it a
of our
double
lives.
drum
Jack.
barrel? That's absurd.
Are we gonna bone now?
Boss.
You're a soldier.
Like, literally, the only thing he said for like 8 minutes was boss.
Prove your loyalty.
To what is? You still didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Of why are you doing it? I mean, maybe you did. We weren't listening.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I zoned out, but like, why are you doing
You're
this?
made of.
All right. So how do I win?
CQC!
I gotta get one
Just
of
fire a
these
fucking
out,
rocket at her right away.
and I gotta change my.
Literally,
camo.
just shoot a rocket at her.
I don't think those work.
Are you riding?
No, I'm gonna. I think I have a white. Snow is the one that I want right now.
Snow is the good one for this, isn't it?
So
I definitely remember that from the Shihan days.
Or Oscam. Oscam might be better.
No, it's, well, you want a high percentage on the
You
camouflage,
out of
right?
your mind.
Right.
Snow's better. By 5%.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, I forgot that was the thing. Let's look at face. So it's better than Oyama.
Nope.
USA and Japan are the same. We're gonna go Japan this time.
Yeah, we gotta go Japan.
I'm gonna take off the hat because I think it's a good idea.
It'd be really funny. Oh, right, I forgot about that. It'd be really funny to me if every time she meleeed you, you like lost whatever gun you were holding because she just disassembled it. That would actually make me really happy because that would like show some actual like thought put into this boss battle in terms of her character.
Get ready.
Oh, hey.
How do you like
not-
them scars?
I'm not doing very much damage there.
You are not.
Aw. She didn't let me. She didn't. Why can I not move the camera?
Hey, how come there isn't a timer? We've already established mechanics for there being a timer. And she said that, like, if you could beat her in 10 minutes, you could make it in time. So why the hell isn't there a timer?
Oh, it didn't work.
That should have worked. I feel like you were robbed.
My face. I gotta cure myself. I got some kind of gunshot wounds. The fact that it takes so many like things to
Yeah,
cure
so
all
like,
your issues.
I like this idea of surgery in theory if the game was more survival oriented and like just like while you're out in the wilderness you have the time to do this, but like doing this in the middle of a battle is like really fucking annoying and like also doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to die.
You're only like 5% visible though. That's pretty good. There she is.
Think I win?
Maybe? I do feel like she's likely to eat your gun. C2C. Yeah, I mean, I think I've said it before, but like the fact that there's like such a bizarre like emphasis on CQC as this like aspect of your training and your connection to boss and even just your character overall. And the fact that like there are no close quarters and like no close quarters combat by extension in this game is really annoying to me.
got you so good.
That was pretty gotcha.
Stand up. Oh, bullshit.
She's pretty quick. I think she's a shikaka.
Nice.
I still haven't finished fighting that fucking boss in the camel. It made me so mad I like quit playing the game.
No, defend! Why am I still wearing the croc hat?
I'd love it if you like took way more damage now that you weren't wearing the croc hat, just to like mess with you. Is she like super like top heavy or something? Cause like you like touch her foot and she like falls over, man.
Do I win? I don't win. Oh, I definitely don't win that. She like doesn't do any damage to me.
Heads up, Snake.
That gun seems like it should do more damage.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not on easy, this would be, but yeah, the fact that she's like.
Do you know if it's possible to like lose the time limit in this fight?
I don't know that.
This fight is so absurd. Like, I like that there is some actual stealth aspect to this fight.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the whole like flowers thing is a really nice touch.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, the setting's really cool and that idea is cool, but like, there's something so goofy about like her gigantic machine gun. Like, this feels like this should be like a, you know, like calculated, take a shot and try not to get detected thing, rather than just like a knock her over and then like shoot her 1,000 times in the chest. Like, it feels weird.
You've gotten stronger. Brace yourself.
It's because you didn't brace yourself. She did warn you about that.
There's a snake up there for some reason.
Smoke G! I guess it's in case you need food. Oh, 5 more minutes. Seems weird for her to just offer that up, but sure.
What happened?
That was weird.
Here I come.
It definitely seemed like you hit her, and not that you got shot.
Ow!
Wow, that was some.
She just like lazily kicked me in the shin and I like died.
Yeah, but she also like kicked you from like an absurd range with her lazy kick.
Run quick.
Reptile feaster.
I love how I like shoot her and then she's just like falls over. She's like knocked out and falls over and that's it.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing that I find goofy and ridiculous about this. I like this music even though it's not really feel appropriate for the current context.
I mean, it's the Snake Eater music.
Right.
Brace yourself.
I like that when she runs, like, she just, like, murders every point. You know what else is actually kind of frustrating about this?
What?
Like, the way your, like, relationship with her plays out in, like, every single cutscene in the game makes it seem truly impossible that you could ever beat her.
Yeah, I know.
So the fact that, like, plot-wise you're supposed to be able to beat her seems really stupid. Like, not that you, like, shouldn't be able to beat the final boss in the game, but just the way they've set it up, like, it feels like your character should not be capable.
Yeah.
It's not like you, like, learned something fighting Metal Gear that's like, oh, now I get it, now I can take her down. If anything, by listening to her conversation...
I have a gunshot wound to the head, by the way.
That's great. That's not a problem. If anything, I feel like the thing that's changed is that you listened to her story and got dumber, so she should have the upper hand, right?
Yeah, right.
Here I come.
That's a truly anime thing to do. Alright, I'm going to hit you with my attack!
I don't know why this is working, but I'll take it. It's almost dead.
Don't forget her weird boob scar. She's a mother.
It's proof.
You could submit that from the court record. That's some hardcore evidence.
I win.
And presumably you have time left, because we got the 5-minute warning, like, not that long ago?
Yeah. I gunned you, lady. Let's see what happens in the next episode.
Ooh.
It's so sad.
Is it?
Maybe? What?
What is this? Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? Fuck off.
What? I don't even... What?
Major Tom, I'm tripping balls! and then, like, Ben 10's grandpa answers, and he's like, turn the game off, Snake!
What the fuck is that?